Well, good evening, gang, and welcome to It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams, and I'm your host. And to my right and to your left, it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce you to Amanda Smith, it says there, but it's
Lamoureux.
Lamoureux. Amanda Lamoureux Smith, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here.
I'm excited.
You are our new co-host.
I am.
And you are here, but you're not new to the show, though. You've been on the program before, haven't you?
I have, yes. At my first art show, Britt Johnson had approached me, and so she kind of connected me to the studio, and I was on her show. And then at my second art show, she connected me to Val, and Val came to the show, and we coordinated. So then I came on here, and here I am.
So I want to welcome you to the show. Thank you. We're off to another exciting chapter of It's All About Arts, but I do want to say it's great to be here. We are coming to you live from our beautiful studios here at BNN-TV, and you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like. We're at 617-708-3290 is the telephone number to call. If you want to call and join in on the conversation, you're more than welcome to do so. Dave and the great staff of BNN are in the other room answering the phone, so please give us a call, let us know what's happening as we start this new adventure into another life of BNN's It's All About Arts. So let's talk about that whole process of you coming to us. How did you, I know that we put out a couple of feelers for somebody because Val was leaving us and moving along. How did you hear about us?
So I remember when Val came to my art show, and she had told me that she was the co-host of this program, which I thought was super cool. And I came, and it was great when I was on the show, and I was scrolling through Facebook, and it said that you guys were looking for a co-host, and my antenna went up, you know? And so I gave you a call and tried to differentiate myself because I know you guys have had so many guests. So I talked about my footprint on the back of my art.
That's right. You're the artist that signs her art with her foot.
With my footprint, which happened by accident, but now it's apparently a staple.
It's stuck.
So he remembered me as the footprint girl, which worked, and I came in and we did a little test run, and
we hung around a little bit and found. Well, I will let you know that we got a lot of responses for people that were interested in coming on the show, and we narrowed it down to a few, and we're proud to say that you're going to be with us for a little while.
I'm excited and grateful. I'm happy to be here.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You're an artist as well.
I am.
Tell me a little bit about the kind of art that you're doing these days.
Sure. So I do visual abstract art. A lot of my inspiration comes from quotes. I keep a notebook of everything that kind of speaks to me, and I use those quotes as the basis for designing the art. And I usually write the quote underneath the artwork, so then as I'm working on top of it, it's kind of coming from that quote. And usually I'll write it on the back and then stamp it with my footprint. Which gets a little messy, but you know.
What medium do you use?
I do mixed media, and I do acrylic on canvases, and I draw.
Yeah. And how's that going? Have you been able to show some places that things
I've had a couple art shows. I do it more, you know, when the mood strikes me. So, yeah, I've been averaging a couple shows a year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
How long have you been at it?
Not very long, probably about a year and a half.
Really? Is that all?
Yeah. I kind of fell into art. I think we talked about this last time I was on the show. I just was really private about it, and then a stranger happened to look at some of my art and referred me to Raw Artists. So I went from, you know, just dabbling in a notebook to all of a sudden having to call myself an artist, which was a bit of a stretch.
No, it's never a stretch.
Well, not when, you know, your whole family and your friends don't know that you do that, and then all of a sudden you have to put your artwork on a wall and, you know, have people critique it. So.
I want to remind everybody that we are coming to you live from our beautiful studios here at BNN, and you're more than welcome to give us a call. We're at 617-708-3290. I understand we do have a caller. There is a caller out there. Hello, how are you?
Oh, hello from Little Rock.
Hey, Val, how are you?
Hi, I wanted to wish you guys good luck. Amanda, I wanted to wish you good luck for your first show, and I miss you guys so much already.
Thank you, Val.
Yeah.
How's it going out there? How's it going?
It's great. It's hot. It is a lot hotter than it is in Boston.
I'm sure.
That's okay.
Right.
Are you settled in yet?
Little bit. There's a lot to unpack. So almost all settled in, but yeah, I miss it back home. I miss you guys.
Well, we miss you too, Val. Listen, are you running the world out there yet?
Slowly but surely, I have a couple art openings I'm going to be going to
Oh,
this
excellent.
week, and already putting up some feelers.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing with
Thanks,
us, Val.
Of course. Good luck, Amanda. I'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you soon, Glenn.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that
was so nice.
That was nice, Val, to call in. One of the things that's cool is that Val can watch the show out there because we stream live to www.BNN-TV.org. And also, we're streaming live to our radio station. We do have a radio station here now. It's WBCA, which is 102.9 on your FM dial. So for all you cats out there walking around Turtle Pond or walking around Jamaica Pond or riding around in your cars, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here with us. It's a great pleasure and honor to be doing this way, being able to simulcast on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where can people see your work?
My Instagram account, which is Amanda L.A. Smith, or you can reach out to me via Facebook, Amanda Lamoureux Smith. You could probably connect with me through the It's All About Arts website.
Let's get back to you a little bit more so that people can get to know you a little
Sure.
more. You say you're relatively new to
Very.
the world of art. What brought you to that? What brought art into your life? What was it?
I think I've always kind of been an introvert when it comes to feelings and things like that. So I would always just write down quotes or things like that, and just as a way as a therapy. And then I didn't even start painting until I got booked for an art show, and then I was like, okay, well,
Now you
I
gotta
can't
produce
rip out
something.
papers and paste it on the wall. So, I had to convert very quickly to painting.
Yeah, are you working on canvas or paper? Or?
Canvas,
Canvases.
yeah. But I enjoy drawing a lot, and sometimes I'll transfer over things or use, pieces of the paper that I was drawing on, and I like a lot of texture and things like that. Texture, color.
It's interesting to hear you say that. I know that art can be very therapeutic. I'm a writer and a painter as well, and I don't actively go to try and get out emotions and stuff,
Right.
but they do.
In the process of it,
In the
yeah.
process of doing the work, it definitely, it definitely happens. How is that working for you?
Good. I mean, it's a little bit weird to come in and do art shows and not, have an art background. But I'm, willing and wanting to learn.
There's nothing weird about that at
Yeah.
all. I think that we're all artists.
Right.
I think just some of us haven't been discovered yet. That's the
Well,
difference.
yeah. I mean, as of a year and a half ago.
You had no
Yeah,
idea.
I had no idea.
Was
idea.
it something that was part of the curriculum in your school and
No.
stuff when you were a kid?
No, I went to PCC, which was a summer program, and I took art, and I actually remember being so embarrassed with the canvas in comparison to everyone else. So, but that was when I was younger, and kids are a lot more self-critical. So, I clearly had an interest in it. I just never really pursued it.
Yeah.
If I could go back, I definitely would have, just to learn more techniques or just about art
not too
history.
late.
I know.
You can see there's some great places in the area to take some art classes, adult ed art
Right.
classes. There's some great places out. Elliott School is one of them. There's many places where you can do that if you feel the
No,
need to.
I do. I'm just interested in art, and I'm doing it, so I might as well learn the history of it and who came before me and, all that good stuff.
Well, that's great. Are you working on any pieces now? Do you work on it all the time?
No, again, it's kind of like when the mood strikes me, and I'm looking for more of a inspiring environment because now I'm doing it in a basement, so there's not a lot of light. So,
Natural light. Blow some holes in those walls. You need to get some natural light in there. So what is your background? What do you do?
I have a background in sales, marketing, business development. Yeah.
And is that something you're actively doing now?
Yes, I'm doing a little bit of freelance marketing right now, and I'm finishing my degree, which will be done in February.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yes, we're both online.
I know.
Yeah, I'll be done in a couple of months.
It's exciting, right?
It is very exciting. I mean, it's something that my daughter's at Kaplan University as well,
Yep.
and she's working on her master's program there. And we were sitting and talking. I said, I really like to get a degree in early childhood development because I'm working with a lot of kids. She said the best place to do it, she thought, was online.
It's a different day and age,
It is different, and I think one of the things that I enjoy about it is that I can work in my pajamas and smoke cigars while I'm
Right.
taking class.
right? And probably focus better,
And yes, and that's true.
Yeah.
Focus a lot better because I'm down in my studio and I'm relaxing. There's a little bit of music on the background,
Right.
and I can just sit there and write forever. So it really kind of works out for me.
I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah. What do you see? Whenever there's a new co-host, I always like to say this, put you on the spot. What do you see your role? What are you going to do? How do you think you're going to contribute to this?
That's a good question.
Here?
I love connecting people. I love to network. I think I'm just interested in people and people's stories. So I just know how much I appreciated having the opportunity to come on the show and show my art. So I just think it's such a cool thing to be able to bring people on the show. And I'm definitely a community-based person at heart. And so I just think it's a great program, and you guys have a great staff here. So I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
All these cats here are going to school in the area. It's
Yeah,
one of the
it's cool.
great things about BNN is that students in the area get to come in and get firsthand experience on live TV. If they knock the camera over, it's
Better than the next one.
going out there, and someone's going to know about it right away.
Right.
But no, I think that the experience in here, I think one of the things that we saw with you was your outreach in the way that you can gather people, in the way that you can do some marketing, and I think that you're going to contribute to the show by getting us a little wider.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
I
are
appreciate
on
that.
at midnight in Paris right now because we do stream live. So if you're in Paris,
Hello from Patty.
hello, Patty. But we do have people around the United States that tune in on a semi-regular basis. I know that we've got Peter and Laurie out there in San Diego.
I
that
just
have been
visited
watching.
San Diego.
And we have some friends up in Portland, Oregon, and up in New York and in Illinois. So it's usually because we've had a guest on here who has family out there, and they tell them to get on, get on the program and get online, which is www.bnntv.org. Click on what's playing now, and we kind of appear. We've really kind of used that tool a lot in our marketing. So we're going to be counting on you helping us get some of that.
I'm up for the challenge.
Getting that stuff up. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to talk a little bit about the people that keep us on the air here. The people that we're very, very proud to be affiliated with and have been for these many years now. And that's the Boston Main Street organization. Boston Main Street is a volunteer-driven organization that helps revitalize the business districts around the city. One of the things that they do is they work with the property owner so that they'll be able to get the right demographic of the area, and they'll know what kind of business will flourish the best down in their storefront. And once they've got a business in there, they bring in their design people who are going to be, helping that business owner design their storefront and design their signage and make sure that everything looks the way it should and up to scale and all that stuff. And then there's a promotions committee. You got to come out to our farmers market. It was just voted, Rosendale's Farmers Market.
I heard.
Was just voted the best farmers market in the city of Boston.
Big deal.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Because there's that one at Copley Square that's been kind of ruling the roost, and we're the big guys. But no, Rosendale has now been voted the number one destination.
And how long does it go until?
It goes from 9 o'clock in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon. It'll go right straight through to the week before Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
So it's all summer into the fall.
Into the fall.
So it's kind of an exciting thing, and we're very, very proud of the work.
Yeah, that's a
I
big
do
deal.
all the music down there. I set up the bands and run the board and make the announcements and stuff. So I'm very, very proud of my thing with them. But Main Streets is a great organization. We really, truly appreciate our connection with them. So if you see someone in a Main Street t-shirt, make sure you thank them. And thank them for Amanda and I. Just tell them thank you for the support here at BNN-TV. And the reason you thank them is because they're volunteers. They love their community. And that's why they're doing it. So make sure you thank them. The other thing I like to talk about is this incredible building that we're in. This is BNN-TV. It's Boston Neighborhood Network. It's the cable access affiliate in the city. Been around for over 30 years now, and they've got it right. They've been doing an amazing job here. station you're watching right now. Channel 9 is the news and information station. This is where you get Chris Lovett with the news, and you get all the different nonprofit organizations come on here and do their television spiel.
Yeah.
Ours is the arts with Main Streets, and you get to bring in guests and have conversations. People can call in and ask questions. Then there's the other station, Channel 20. Can we turn the station over to Channel 23, just for real quick? No, there's nothing happening over there right now. Okay. Well, there's another station, Channel 23, where you become a member, and then you take classes like Final Cut Pro. You take classes in lighting, how to use these amazing cameras, and how to do sound and all of that. And they let you borrow the equipment. You go out and shoot the local swimming meet or the local
That's awesome.
Boys and Girls Club basketball game. Bring it into an amazing Timothy Smith lab downstairs, edit it up, and they put it on the air.
That's pretty cool.
So that's the things we're doing, and that's why we're here.
Great opportunities, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to add? Anyone else there you want to say hi to?
Hi, Mom.
Mom, good. Good. Where's Mom?
Mom is in Bridgewater, but her computer's too slow to watch it streaming, so we're going to show her on YouTube.
Well, we'll be on YouTube in
Right.
a little while. That's the other thing that we do is in a couple of days this show will be available on YouTube, and it's also going to be available on WBCA, which is 102.9 on your FM dial. We are streaming. We are simulcasting on FM radio now.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Something new, and we're very excited about it here. In fact, what we're doing is we're recruiting a lot of musicians from the Boston area. We want to put them on the radio station. So if you're interested in doing that, take this email address down. It's gwilliams@bnntv.org. That's me. You can send all of your music and all of your requests for the music to me, and I'll make sure it gets to the right persons.
Perfect.
Yeah, so this is a lot of fun. You know, we're gonna step out into the gallery. Nathan's here. We have some great photography and work to look at out in the gallery. So you know what we're gonna do? Is there anything else? Nothing else? Just
not at the moment.
Who's your boyfriend's out there?
Hi, Brian.
Brian, hi. Come in next week. You'll love it. We'll get him in here. We'll see how talkative he can be.
He's talkative.
I'll bet. Okay, gang, listen, you're watching BNN TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn. This is the great Amanda. And we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Listen, we're going to step out into the gallery, so don't go away. You're going to enjoy this part. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, gang. Thanks an awful lot for hanging in there with us. You are watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn, and that's Amanda back there. Listen, we are coming to you live from our beautiful studios here at BNN-TV. What we've done right now is we've stepped outside of the studio into the BNN Gallery, the gallery at BNN, where we feature a lot of artists and a lot of different organizations around the city. It's a lot of fun, and I get a chance to hang the work, which is cool. I want to remind everybody that this show will be up on the It's All About Arts YouTube station in just a couple of days. If you go to your channel and put in It's All About Arts, this programs and many programs that we've done in the past will be up there. You want to earmark this one because it's the very first Amanda show. So it's a good idea to put a little star next to that one for future reference. And also, please go and join our Facebook page. If you go there and please give us a like. We're well over 600. We want to get to 1,000 by the end of the summer. It'd be great if you could help us do that. But right now, it's my great pleasure to introduce you to. Hi Nathan, how are you?
Good, how are you?
It's good to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. You're a photographer, and we're going to get to know you better inside the studio a little bit. But you're a photographer, and you've been. It's great to have you work here. How did you get your stuff hanging up here at BNN?
How did I get my stuff hanging up here?
Yeah, I mean, what was the process? Did they contact you? Did you answer something in the...
Oh, I was just looking for places that I could show my stuff. I had framed it. I was, had started showing it in coffee shops. But I figured,
nice.
Have some more places and maybe try and do a gallery. So this is actually my first...
This is your first show?
exciting.
Well, first gallery. Now
First
I've
gallery
done coffee
show?
shops, but
Oh,
yeah.
that's great. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're here, part of the BNN family.
Thank you.
You've been a photographer for quite a while. Let's take a look at a couple of these pieces right here. You call this one Shadows, right?
Yeah, I mean, most of the names are honestly just the first thing I thought of when I looked at them.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's a good way to name it.
yeah, I mean,
That
it's
works.
sort of a free association thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was just, I think I actually took it right next to the freeway in a little batch of bushes. It was just, I kind of like the way almost like a horse or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
The
shadow,
I don't know what I like about it, but it works for me.
It does have, you can pick out some different things in there, some different
Yeah,
shapes.
there's some crumpled up newspaper.
Very nice. They're showing it on the screen is what they're doing, so that's really good. That helps
Yeah,
an
it's
awful
right
lot. And if we move down now, this one here is called Water Patterns, and I can see it. I can see that. Is that actually a photograph of water?
Yes. It was during the fall, and I was going to take a picture of a reflection of like trees, but it was out of focus when I first framed it up, and I liked that better.
Right.
So I just went with that instead.
It's very, very, very,
Yeah,
very
that is
cool.
cool.
Is there anybody in our group here that takes pictures too? Oh wait, hold on, come here. She didn't think I was going to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. So you're one of the people here at the gallery opening. Tell me, what do you think of this whole idea of us being able to put some photographs and some artwork out here in the gallery for people to enjoy during the month?
I think it's really cool. I think it's a great opportunity for people who may not necessarily get their work out in other ways to get it out, and then they can be on the show.
And
talk about
your
it.
name is?
Hannah.
Hannah, and
Yes.
you're one of our interns, aren't
I
you?
am,
Now
yes.
you're studying in the area?
I go to UMass Amherst, so I just went for the
UMass
summer.
Amherst. So that's great. Well, okay. Thank you very much for
You're very
participating. You can go back. No, I'm only teasing. Nathan, I think that the opportunity that BNN, Boston Neighborhood Network, has given people out here to be able to show their work here is outstanding. I think that they do a great job as far as promoting the arts and stuff. What does this kind of an opportunity, what would it do you think it does for an artist who's showing in coffee shops and stuff like that, because they put it online, they put it on TV and everything. So.
Sure. I mean, when I was looking to do this, it wasn't really about the opportunity. It was more, I just kind of wanted more people to see it. I mean, I guess that's for me the opportunity. It's just, I've had it on my computer for so long, I figured I wanted an audience.
Yeah?
So.
Okay, right?
Well, that's great, because one of the things we're going to talk about when Amanda and I get you back into the seat is that we're going to talk about that whole process of deciding to take it off the computer, get it off the hard drive, get it on a wall someplace so that people can enjoy it and try and have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move down. I want to show one more because I love this one here.
do too.
This is kind of cool. I like Mushroom Home, and it does. It has a door and everything.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I guess I could have photoshopped that, but I just happened to stumble upon that. And I sort of had to prop my camera up on some rocks to get it that close and that low, because it was also really dark, so and I had some really slow film.
Is it a stumble? Is it a stumble-on effect for you? Is it something that you?
For this one, definitely, yeah. I mean, I saw the hole and I was like, oh man. And then there was actually an ant kind of coming out, but I missed that, so, because that would have been pretty cool.
Coming out of the hole?
Yeah, it was sort of
That's
like living
cool.
that, exploring, but.
That's great. That's great. Barbara, come here for a second, man. Will you come on down? Come down. Yeah, look at the. Have you ever had your eyes rolled out like that? How are you, dear? It's good to
I'm
see
good,
you.
I'm good. These are great.
Aren't they great? Now,
They're wonderful, man.
Your
They sit
office is
outside my
you sit
office.
right outside your. How's that changed, like the atmosphere here for
A
people?
lot, a lot. People are very excited about it. They always want to know who the person is.
Yeah.
I never can tell them. I just tell them which ones I love the most. And this is really exceptional.
Thank you.
Really good work.
Barbara is the manager of our great Studio A that we kind of shoot over to and always make sure people know that it's available.
Yeah.
And if you go to www.bnntv.org and click on Barbara's name, that's where you're going to get the information on about how to
Okay.
become members here and stuff. I wanted to put a
There you go.
face with that so you know how to do that, right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, you're
Hey,
welcome.
listen, you know what we're going to do is we're going to shoot it back here. We're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to get Nathan back in the seat, and Amanda and I are going to give him
think
the
I
one.
was
So
here,
no, we're going to get to meet him a little closer.
it
Listen,
called?
gang, you're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn. Amanda's here. Barbara's here. We're all here. Listen, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away. Well, welcome back, gang. Thanks an awful lot for hanging in there with us. You're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn, and listen, this show is going to be up pretty soon on our YouTube station. So if you go to your YouTube channel and you put in It's All About Arts and the number 1, that's how you find us. And also, please, for our friends that are driving around listening to us on WBCA 102.9 on your FM dial, be careful. The kids are out of school now, so they're all out there. Please drive carefully with them in mind. Please go and join our Facebook page, which is called It's All About Arts. I mean, that's how you find us in Facebook world, too. But right now, it's my great pleasure and honor to bring back into the studio, along with Amanda, is Nathan Brescia. I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy, for coming in. I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
You are obviously a photographer.
Yes.
And how long have you been pointing and shooting?
I think since 2003 or 4, something like that.
Okay.
Back in high school, I started taking a class or two. It was always like a hobby.
Yeah.
And then,
Has it always been digital, or did you go through that whole digital divide where we went from analog film into chips?
I'm still divided.
It's still divided.
It's
Well, that's great, because I think it's really important for people to talk about, because when you're talking about you have 36 exposures in your can, or 24, that's like limits you to having to really set up your shot. I like to call it Ansel Adams, just getting it, waiting for the light and all that. Is that something that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, for me, it's not so much about the limited of exposures, because you can always carry more film with you.
No, I understand.
I like not being able to see it right after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Sort of taking the time to make it perfect instead of just like kind of shooting away and making like, until you get it right kind of thing. And I don't, it forces you to really mean the shots that you take. Like you're only going to take the shots that you find really compelling. And I also like the way it looks better for that kind of work. In my professional work, I only shoot digital, but for my artwork, I really like the sort of like tactile.
That's great. It's good to hear that someone's using both technologies to its fullest. Because there's a lot of photographers that I have on that say, I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. And I can just kind of shoot until I get it, then Photoshop it into the position I want it to be in. And I say, that takes a little away from that whole I'm a photographer thing.
A little bit, yeah.
Not all the way, but you still have to be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, in my product photography, will do that to some extent. You have to be able to experiment a little bit, because you're usually not going to figure it out the first shot. And in that situation, I'm very grateful for things that you might not have expected, like a stray, beam of light or reflection or whatever that you just weren't going to see ahead of time. I mean, the old masters probably would have, but not there yet. So it's a lifesaver there.
I remember seeing a documentary. I keep mentioning Adams, but his whole process of taking a photograph, he would sometimes go someplace to take a picture and not take it because it's not ready. That the light isn't ready. Is today's technology taking that away? That whole waiting for the shot, preparing the f-stops, preparing the making sure everything is right, the right kind of film.
Maybe to some extent, but I feel like I know a lot of photographers who use digital and are just as thoughtful. I don't think it necessarily, it might encourage it more or less, the waiting for the good shot, but I think it also offers some opportunities where you might be more adventurous with digital than you would have with film, that you might miss a shot that you weren't sure was perfect.
Good point.
Right. That's a great point.
So.
What about, do you carry a point and shoot around with you?
Sometimes, yeah. I have a little 35 millimeter like Canon rangefinder that I just will keep in a little pocket. So it's always have a little something on me at least.
Because for the art part, I mean, you must stumble across pieces like the mushroom we were talking about.
I was on a walk for that one. Like I was looking. I just happened to see it out of the corner of my eye, and
there it is.
I love that one.
Beautiful. Is it a journey for you? Do you kind of take, say it's Tuesday, the sun is beautiful, it's about 75. I'm going to go wander around looking for subject?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times where I go out specifically to take pictures. Like on the weekends, I like to go into the woods, or in an evening if I have some free time, just go walk around town. I mean, there's a smattering of pictures even on the wall there that were taken either in Boston or in like the woods of New Hampshire. Like that Shell station was
Yeah.
taken right in Cambridge.
Right.
So yeah, I make an activity out of it, but I also like to be ready in case I just happen to be somewhere where I see something beautiful.
We were talking earlier out in the green room out front here with super producer Janice and Amanda about how everyone's got a camera now. And everyone's got an iPad, and Janice was running around taking pictures, and we were talking about how that might be something that has taken put a little dent in the business because you don't just do art stuff, right? You also...
Yeah, the stuff I do for work though is a little bit different. I mean, I do mostly product. I do some real estate, but mostly product, and that's mostly about the lights. So that's a whole different skill, and it's a little bit harder to just break into and with just a decent DSLR.
Now, do you have a set for that for your products, or do you go to the people that you're shooting for and shoot it there?
Mostly in a studio.
The portable light box and stuff?
No, it's like a permanent sort of setup studio, and then I do stuff on location as well.
That's great that you have a designated spot to go to do your work like that. Do you do portraiture at all?
That's where I started professionally, but I have like a client or two that sometimes has me do headshots, but I've never really been a people photographer.
You did a couple weddings, though, correct? Is that what I'm reading correctly?
I've done one wedding, and it was for a coworker, so it's not.
Yeah. Are you the guy that takes the camera to every family event?
Actually,
or
not
they
really.
expect you to or something?
Sometimes they expect me to, but it's not. No, not usually.
Sure,
Set a precedent. Say, yeah, I'm a photographer. I want to be in these pictures. I don't want to
Right.
be taking them. Let's go through some of your pictures. We've got some that we can get a better look at. And you can walk me through what we're looking at. Oh, look at this.
No, I should look over there. That was. I mean, what do you want to know about that? That was.
Well, I'd like to know, is this something you went out seeking? This is a picture of obviously the lighting here is a big part of this picture. This is out in the woods someplace, and the day has supplied you with your light.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those shots where I knew that I wasn't, since I was shooting with film, that the exposure was going to be a little tricky. I wasn't sure if I was getting it right, and it was kind of hard.
Analog.
It was kind of hard to meter for it. I used my instant to try and get the backs of the trees, and it worked out, but I didn't know if it was going to blow out. But yeah, that was right. I was walking near McDowell Dam in Peterborough, New Hampshire.
Right.
And I just saw that, and I figured.
I love it when stuff like this, because there's a specific thing that you're focused on, and everything else turns into like a background, you know. But then the whole composition comes together. It's beautiful. I love it. Hens and chickens, we used to call these. Is that what they're still called?
I don't remember. Somebody told me when they first saw it, but I've since forgotten.
That's beautiful. What equipment are you using to make these shoots?
I think everything that I've got up on the wall here is just a Pentax K1000.
Okay.
Just a little
So
35
you wind
millimeter.
up double lensed Rolleiflex or?
No, I've since February started shooting with a Hasselblad, so I haven't gotten any of that printed. But the idea was to get these really big prints.
Yeah.
To take it a little more seriously.
Right. Yeah.
But these are all.
No, that's all on the lens, though, isn't it?
All on the lens?
For the size of what you'll be able to.
No, partially, but the Hasselblad has a much bigger piece of film that it exposes.
Oh,
on,
okay.
so
Okay. Very cool.
And here it's right side up. I accidentally framed it upside down in the hallway, so.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I can
that was
fix
me.
that
That
if
was
you
me.
want. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, I was actually just walking around Cambridge for this one, and something about the color and the way actually didn't change this much, although it looks like it was played with. I don't know, something about it just seemed kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. There you go.
Yeah, and this is the Shell, in Cambridge. This is actually just started experimenting with night photography, so I figured I'd try and take some city night photographs.
Now, do you work with the tripod and leave the shutter open, or?
Yes, for this, because
for
this was like 100 speed film, so that was slow film. So it
I
had
know a
to
little bit about it, you know.
be, had to be open for a couple seconds, but not too long. It was dusk,
Right.
so it was still, there was some light.
Because I think about the cars moving, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Luckily nobody was moving here.
That's
this was
great.
pretty
I
vacant.
was going to say, that's good. Okay. Tell me about this. This is great.
This one sort of feels like a cheat to me, because it's a picture of art. But I was at the Decortiva Sculpture Museum.
I love that place.
Yeah, it's great. And
It's great.
I saw that I was standing under this thing, and I looked up, and I don't know, something about it. I just had to take a picture. And just, I don't know, something about
What
the
are
way
you
it
calling
is.
this one?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
Probably just statue, I think.
That's okay.
This one was really, we've got a porch that gets a really good view of the sunset. And every once in a while I'll take a sunset picture.
Is this something you manipulated in Photoshop?
Not much, actually, this one, which is why I liked it so much. This was after a really big storm.
Oh, wow.
And so the sky was still kind of like going crazy. And I got a whole roll of the sunset, just these crazy formations. But this was the one that was the best.
Great. Awesome. Now, for our friends who are at WBCA 102.9, is there a website people can go to enjoy what we just talked about?
Sure. I mean, my website is 500asa.com. Yeah, it's
That's great.
but that's mostly my professional stuff. There is a link to my artwork.
And there's a link from that website?
Yeah, I keep my artwork on like a Flickr and Instagram.
Okay.
So it's sort of a separate, smaller thing. But
Speaking of that whole Photoshop thing, you said something interesting just now, that you were more proud of a piece that doesn't necessarily need the manipulation of Adobe suites. Mm-hmm. Is that the artist in you talking, or is there an artistic component when you're taking something and uploading it into Photoshop and trying to, you're not necessarily fixing something as much as you are?
yeah, I mean, I do get a certain joy out of, say, maybe I had a sunset picture that I got back recently from the Hasselblad that had a lot of different colors going on and like really sort of split toning to bring out the different bits. So there was like this deep blue in the top left and like this nice purple, and like you could see them in the original, but like really bringing them out a little bit more is really nice. But also having it come in on the piece of film looking, like having found that thing that looks really good already as opposed to making something, I do sort of prefer.
That's good. Well, yeah, that's the artist eye in you. That's the photographer shutter. You know, getting that shot just right has always been, I guess, you can. It's like the cat that takes that uses his camera at the football game and goes picks 17 because it's the best one and calls that. What a great picture you took. Yeah, I know. I didn't drop my camera. That's kind of the attitude that I kind of have when I see that. You know, the days of people waiting. No, now getting that shot. Knowing your instrument, knowing your equipment, knowing the timing in which because it is timing. Nothing's instantaneous.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, one of the reasons I started doing and kept doing the art stuff more in my free time was that it felt very meditative. Like you had to really sort of be paying attention and be looking, and a lot of it is just about framing, like finding the composing or compelling composition.
Yeah.
Or just combination of colors and what you can.
Amanda talked about her art being, something that's therapeutic to her and calming and helps her, is the art, is the timing of taking the shot is what you enjoy the most, or is it flipping through the pieces?
It's definitely taking it.
Yeah.
I enjoy manipulating them, but I don't do too much to them. It's more like perfecting them and removing all the
Well, you have to
dust.
send anything analog away to a lab, right?
Yeah, I only have
Unless you're developing in your cellar.
No.
Ooh, please.
Yeah, it's especially not with color.
Yeah.
I have them, which is getting more and more expensive. I have them sent out to be developed, and then I scan them.
Yeah. But that wait to get them back.
It gets longer and longer too, because I shoot on slide film, so it's the place closest to me just stopped doing it. So then the one, I think it's like Central Mass or something. I have to send it out to now. It takes like 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
And it's like double the price.
Oh,
that it
that
used to
drives
be.
me crazy.
Yeah. So I'm.
Well, that's great. Do you have any other shows, any coffee houses we need to know where you're kind of hanging and where people can go and?
Not right now. No.
Photography's great. I mean, it plays well on TV, and you can really kind of enjoy it. But when I hung the show, I spent time with the pieces, and and to be able to do that up close is, I think, the best way to enjoy any art form. So is there a...
Yeah, I mean, it was very satisfying when I printed them out, and you can really just hold it in your hands.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna. I think it looks better than it does on the screen, although it looks, pictures look nice on the screen too.
Yeah. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. It's going to be hanging here at BNN-TV for a month, 2?
I don't know. I think until the end of August or
Till
something
the end
like
of
that.
August. That's very exciting. So we're happy that you spent the time to come in and spend with us, Nathan. I appreciate it. Give them 500asa.org.com. That's a great. How is that available?
That's kind of why I got it. Not too many people get it. But.
Grab it. I get it. I understand. Thank you very much. Listen, gang, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a couple of seconds to say goodnight. You're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Us. We'll be back in just 1 minute. Please do not go away. Thanks. Thank you very much, gang, for hanging in there with us. Well, that was great. I mean, I love meeting the artists and talking to them about it. I learn something new every week. Every time we come here, it's always fun. So how did that go?
I think it
Are
went
you
relatively
coming back
well.
next week?
I am.
I'm
Not taking off.
I always say to myself, "Oh my God, what have we done?" Because when Janice and I started this,
A long time ago.
The studio was this little closet with a hole in the wall and a phone, and the camera was stuck through there, and someone would look in the door and go, "You're on," and you'd sit there and talk for 20 minutes.
Right.
And that was it.
Right.
And if the phone rang, you had to answer it like this. It was like, really, really funny. But we said we're going to do it for a couple of months.
And here you are now.
Here we are,
Yeah.
18 years later. And I can't tell you how proud I am that you're going to be part of this whole
I'm
thing.
excited.
It's going to be a lot of
Grateful.
fun. Once you get, you see, it's seamless as far as I'm concerned. You did a great job today. But
Thanks.
as soon as you start throwing in your stuff, it's going to be a lot of fun. Do you have any ideas yet?
I'm working on a few.
Working on a few?
Yeah.
Okay, because I want you to make it your own. I don't want you to think that there's a way that we
Right.
have to do things. I'm fully supportive of you making it your own. Make something happen here that you want to have happen.
Right.
Don't worry, if it's no good, I'll let you know. No, I'm only
Next.
kidding. I'm only kidding. But so what are you working on anything this week? Can we get some art in here from you? Maybe some images and stuff for the
I
website?
could do
or
that
something?
for sure. I can bring in a few things.
Okay, that'd be fun, and I want to put some stuff up here. Val gave us these mugs,
Yep.
so these are nice to have for the show
Yeah.
and stuff.
For the table. Little
Yes.
marketing.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think that we'll next week we have. Oh, Diablo Glass School is going to be here. Doris Martinez is going to be here, and the managing member from U-Forge Gallery. Oh my goodness, the bigs. We've got a couple of big people coming in next week. Christina Rosen Nelson. There's some major galleries here in Jamaica Plain, and it looks like we've got some of the people that are running those programs to come in and talk next week. It'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. Come by and visit the gallery. Come to the gallery at BNN is the Nathan is hanging up out there, and come on in and check it out. Make sure you say hi, drop by if the show's on. You can always peek in the window and make faces at us. We always encourage that. That's always a lot of fun. And that whole simulcasting thing seems to be working out really, really well.
With the radio station?
The radio station, WBCA 102.9. 102.9.
FM, correct?
FM. And you know what it is? It's a short, it's low band. So, you know, you can hear, you can get it at my house. If I go up the street a little ways, it starts, not so much. But we're brand new.
Right.
And we're just starting out. And we need to get the FCC. They're going to listen to the programming we're putting on there. And they're going to say things like, we got to get these guys all over. Yeah,
right.
It would be nice to do that. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? We'll see how that happens. Amanda, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. Don't be shy next week, will you?
I tried not today. I mean,
Only kidding. Listen, gang, you're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn, and this is Amanda. Listen, get out there and do something artful for yourself, please, this week. Make sure that you remember that the kids are out and about. All you friends out there on WBCA 102.9 on your FM dial, let all of your musician friends know that they need to send their Boston-based, Greater Boston music, original music to G. Williams, that's me, here's my website, my email address here at BNN, it's gwilliams@bnntv.org. Please have them get in contact with us. There's plenty of space for all the music and for the bands around the city. We'd love to see you, so give us a shout, all right?
right?
Okay, and remember, keep in the forefront of your minds. With some of the things that are going on around the world and around the country, it's scary. But remember this, and I've been telling some of my students this, some of the things that we're running into out there, in the grand scheme of things, the people that are being affected personally and their families are very, very small. The world is full of incredible people. You meet them here, incredible artists. The world is full of people who love and care for each other. And when we hear of something horrific like that happened out in Dallas or any of the other spots in the country, we talk about it so much that we think that it's like that around every corner. It's not, okay? The world's a beautiful place, and artists like us like you to see it, right?
Right.
Okay, gang, listen, keep in the forefront of your minds. Our mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews on foreign soil. Let's get them home, okay?
Alrighty.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.